Welcome to Thread of Change, where we unravel the stories stirring up the entertainment world and dive deep into the moments you won't believe actually happened. Buckle up, because today's drama doesn't just tiptoe into chaos, it kicks the door open and throws a glass of water on the way out. We're talking about an explosive encounter that left audiences gasping, studio execs scrambling, and late-night TV shaken to its core. When Jennifer Lopez showed up on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, no one expected the conversation to take such a sharp, confrontational turn. What started as a routine celebrity interview spiraled into a fiery back-and-forth that had Lopez storming off the set, heels clacking and cameras scrambling to cut to commercial. It began innocently enough. Stephen Colbert, ever the charming and sharp-tongued host, opened with his signature blend of wit and curiosity. He welcomed Lopez with applause and admiration, setting the tone for what should have been a breezy chat about her latest film, her music, and perhaps a few quips about her high-profile romance with Ben Affleck. But beneath the glitz and the glam, there was tension brewing, unspoken resentments, tabloid-fueled rumors, and a string of interviews Jennifer had done recently where she seemed less polished, more reactive. She wasn't there just to promote, she came with a point to make, and when Colbert asked that question, the air changed. Colbert leaned in, eyes gleaming with the kind of mischievous curiosity that makes him so popular with his audience. There's been a lot of talk lately about your relationship and how the public seems more obsessed with it than ever. Do you feel like you're reliving the early 2000s all over again? A fair question by most standards, but J.Lo wasn't having it. She smirked, paused, and responded with, Stephen, I thought we were going to talk about my work, not recycle old headlines. The audience chuckled nervously, unsure whether this was banter or the first crack in a conversation about to implode. Colbert tried to laugh it off, but her eyes didn't blink. Her tone didn't waver. Trying to steer the interview back on track, Colbert shifted to her new movie, a dramatic thriller she not only starred in but also executive produced. But the damage was done. Lopez seemed guarded, clipped in her answers. She pushed back at every turn, questioning the framing of his queries and, at one point, even saying, "Do you ask male actors these same questions, or is it just me because I'm a woman in the spotlight?" The crowd gasped. Colbert, always quick on his feet, tried to diffuse the tension with humor, but Lopez wasn't smiling. She crossed her legs tightly, adjusted her mic, and stared straight ahead, daring him to ask another question out of line. Then came the breaking point. Colbert, attempting a more personal angle, asked about Affleck's recent viral expressions during award shows, memes that had painted him as perpetually miserable next to her. "Does Ben ever just say, 'Can I have one night without trending on Twitter?'" he joked. That was it. Jennifer's face froze. "You know what's tired?" she said. "This constant narrative that my happiness or my success is somehow someone else's burden. Maybe talk to your writers about fresh material." The audience fell dead silent. Colbert, taken aback, tried to recover, but the damage was irreversible. Without another word, Lopez stood up, unclipped her mic, and walked off the stage. The cameras cut abruptly. The band started playing an improvised riff, the crowd unsure whether they had just witnessed performance art or a total breakdown in real time. Backstage sources later confirmed it wasn't scripted, wasn't staged, and definitely wasn't the ending the show had planned. Producers rushed after Lopez, but she was already in the hallway, flanked by her team, eyes blazing. Some say she muttered, "I knew this was a mistake," while others claim she was just quietly furious, unwilling to give anyone else the satisfaction of seeing her react emotionally on camera. Either way, she didn't come back. Social media exploded within minutes. #J.Lo walks out trended globally. Fans split into two camps, those who praised her for standing up against what they saw as sexist, reductive questioning, and those who accused her of being overly sensitive, a diva unable to take a joke. The Colbert camp remained silent at first, releasing only a brief statement hours later. "Tonight's episode did not go as planned. We respect all our guests and wish Jennifer the best." Meanwhile, entertainment journalists and bloggers had a field day, picking apart every gesture, every line of dialogue, every freeze frame of that now infamous moment. Some insiders speculate the walkout was a long time coming, that Lopez had been growing increasingly frustrated with how she's perceived in the media. After decades of being tabloid fodder, criticized for everything from her love life to her work ethic, she's reportedly drawn a hard line on what she's willing to tolerate. Others argue that public figures should expect scrutiny, especially when their brand depends on constant visibility. The truth, as always, is likely somewhere in between. But make no mistake, this wasn't just an awkward interview. It was a statement, whether intentional or not, and it's already reshaping how celebrity interactions are viewed on late-night television. The aftermath is still unfolding. There are unconfirmed reports that Lopez has canceled upcoming interviews, opting instead for more controlled, pre-recorded appearances. Colbert's team is rumored to be conducting internal reviews, with some wondering if producers pushed for a spicier segment knowing her recent media history. Industry insiders are whispering about tightened vetting processes for future guests and more scripted conversations. And amidst all this, fans are flooding comment sections, passionately defending or denouncing what went down. The lines have been drawn, and both camps are digging in. But beyond the headlines, beyond the hot takes and meme wars, there's a bigger question at play: where is the line between entertainment and exploitation? When does a cheeky question cross into disrespect? And how much power should celebrities wield when it comes to shaping the narrative around themselves? Jennifer Lopez may have walked out, but she also may have walked into a broader cultural conversation that's long overdue. Love her or hate her, she refused to play along, and in doing so, she's sparked a storm that's bigger than just one interview gone wrong. Stay tuned, because this thread is far from finished.